the May season. Before we get into just how proud you are of the guys, that was one heck of a game. We've had 2 games in 3 days with some weather. Talk about what you were proud of the guys for focusing and how well they did this weekend to get this far.
They did. It was hard. I mean, hosting it, everybody's been fantastic, obviously, within the institution and support staff and people like yourself. I think it's, but it's difficult on the guys. They might not be out there grinding away on the field, getting it ready, but sitting and waiting is not easy. But they were not going to let it be an excuse either. They came out and they're ready to go. I mean, it's makes you sad that we're not going to be able to do this again anytime, this year. But, you saw how hard they fought. They fought the whole time. And if you watch this season, I don't think anybody would be surprised they weren't going to give up. So, I think that says a lot about the character. I think it says a lot about the people that we have in the program. And, in the direction that we're at is, pretty impressive that they can handle it even through some of that adversity and still come out and compete the way they did.
You were able to find some offensive success bottom of the 3rd and 4th with pair runs, and then got some things going bottom of the 7th with another run. What are some things you thought you probably saw in this game that they've done well all season, and then maybe some things that Lee just capitalized on?
Yeah, I mean, I think offensively we've been great and answered, pretty well all season. We came up with some big hits, and obviously both of these guys are a big piece of it. And the bottom of our lineup was really good as well, and really up and down. We did a good job. We just couldn't stop it. We put ourselves in some spots. We made some key mistakes, and that in playoff baseball becomes difficult. But it's not. It's part of the game. We talk about it every day. If it was easy, everybody would do it. It's what happens in baseball, and it just happened to us today.
Talk about the gentlemen to your right and left. Why did you pick Travinger and Roa here?
Trav's a 1-year guy. Came from a Midwest Division I school, and brought some toughness and grit, and a guy who has came here to win. I think one of the first times we talked about it was he was coming here, even though it was going to be a short stay, it was going to be here for a championship stay, and he obviously got us in that direction. And Adrian's been with us for 4 years now, and has been a leader for us. He's the guy that obviously has had a great year production-wise, but he's also the energy, and he's the guy that keeps people grounded and accounted for, and a great leader within our program.
You have a large graduating class this year, and probably your first full graduating class, plus or minus a couple due to the pandemic with eligibility and whatnot. But this is your 5th year, and you went to the postseason of the NCAA Division II. What does it take for these men, not just skill set, but character, to make it this far?
It's hard. I mean, that's the thing. We're coming off of not much building just because of the situation with the pandemic and so on. So there wasn't a ton of foundation just because of the craziness that we've all had to deal with. And these guys did a really good job of getting it in the right direction. The good and the bad is, COVID has given some guys years to come back. So we have a really good group coming back with some incoming guys that we think can help us. And I think what these guys have done, and the others that are in the program and the ones that will be graduating, they set the foundation. It's been a long time since we've done this here. And now this is going to be part of our expectations and not our hopes and dreams.
Ro, I'll start with you first. What drew you to St. Leo? Obviously, Odette was at the helm when you decided to come here. How would you describe your experience with this ball club?
We've been through a lot of up and downs this past 4 years. And my first couple of years, it was very tough. Very tough. We had very rough years, and we saw a lot of guys leaving, a lot of guys coming. And for me personally, for the guys that stay here, I just wanted to make a difference with my teammates, set the standards for the future. So I think that was a motivation for this year. I think we did an outstanding job keeping people accountable, keeping people on the same page. And that was the motivation behind it. Just do something for the school, set the standards for future generations to do something.
What does it mean to be a St. Leo Lion now that you're a
It's pride. I mean, the fact that we made it this far, we accomplished what we accomplished. It's just, we exiting through the big door, and I'm just so proud of the help of all the coaching staff, the opportunity they gave me, and the people that I met here. It's been outstanding. So I'm always going to have these people forever.
Do you have any words of advice for anybody that might be considering playing baseball in college, what they would find if they decided or were able to play at St. Leo?
Just love the game. Love the game and love the people around you.
Awesome, thank you. And Travender, obviously, as Coach mentioned, you've been here for a year, but it's been a heck of a year.
Yeah.
What drew you here, and what did the coaching staff do to set you up for this kind of success?
Well, I'm a sixth-year player. I was at a point in my career where I wanted to pretty much end my career on a high note, and the opportunity that I had at St. Leo was going to put me in that spot to have a exciting last year full around guys that love the game and just love each other. And I give a lot of thanks to Coach Odette and the coaching staff for taking me pretty much off of a conversation or conversations. They never saw me play. I was a graduate student in the transfer portal, and I didn't know if I was even going to play another season. And they took a chance on me, and I'm forever grateful for that. And if I had the opportunity to be at St. Leo for 4 more years, I would do it in a heartbeat. But I don't have that time, and I wish I was here for a while.
What makes St. Leo baseball so special?
The relationships. The guys are special.
Thank you. Coach, I know you mentioned getting into this regional. When we talked about it a little earlier this week about the preseason poll and you guys just surprising people, and now you're talking about this as the expectation. What kind of words do you have for the alumni that built the foundation a little bit? You had a couple nods out to them earlier this season, remembering just a couple years back almost getting in, knocking on the door pretty loudly, and now actually doing it, and now it's a thing that St. Leo baseball does.
Yeah, I mean, the alumni that today walked in here has been fantastic. I mean, they've had success. It hasn't, from the regional standpoint, yeah, it's been a number of years, but for a long time, and even within that time that we weren't in regionals, for the 20 plus years, they've had good teams, and the years before that, they've had great teams. And they've had a lot of guys that have had opportunities to keep playing. It is a place that people care like these guys care. Like it's a special niche. I don't think people understand it until you're here, how special that is. And it's not just the guys that are on this team right now. Now they've become part of everybody. And you'll see it. You've got the Pete Mullerys of the world and Pete Biscardis and so on. Those guys have been out for a long time, and they still love it like they left it yesterday. So I think when you have a place like that and you have people around us like we do, I mean, it's hard to complain about it. We're pretty fortunate for sure.
Adding to that, do you want to say anything to the fans, not just that went through the wild weather this weekend, but that was with you every pitch this season? You've been fantastic. I mean, I've gotten texts. I couldn't tell you how many times I get a text after wins, losses, whatever it might be, or the guys are telling me that, they're getting contact. Like, it's great. The crowds that we've had, the people that have been here this week, the support that we've gotten. If there's a better atmosphere in Division II baseball where people care the way they do here, I'd be surprised, and we're really, really fortunate and thankful for them. Well, thank you, man. Congratulations on a good season, and go Lions.
Thank you.
Thank you.